Welcome back, everybody, to the Unstable Crew podcast. It's your boy, Dry Enchilada 193, and your boy.
DZTDK, aka the Dew King. Mountain Dew, if you're watching, please sponsor us. I have my daily dose of ritual right here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and my other co-host has a can as well.
Mm-hmm.
I
We
think
are
we should take a
very.
moment to just take a quick drink.
I can do that. Salute, salute. We have to have our lifeblood of the podcast at the start because we
I
love
feel
you.
bonita.
Ooh, ooh, do you feel bonita?
I feel bonita.
Very bonita.
Uh,
Oh, goodness gracious. That's fantastic. But yeah, guys, welcome back. We are now in episode 5, which is crazy to even think about. Um,
hey yo.
we've been doing this now for over a month, which is pretty crazy. And then, our Spotify, we're on Spotify and YouTube. We're going to branch off a little bit more. We do everything manually. Um,
Mhm.
excuse me. um, for this time being, just kind of seeing how everything goes. When this podcast does air, we're going to have a TikTok at least up. We can start doing shorts and stuff on our YouTube and everything, which would be really cool. But at least just to get a TikTok, maybe an Instagram up, uh, to get that going there for us, because that'll be a lot of fun to have up. And obviously, you guys want to see a little bit more of the action. Um,
Mhm.
so we're gonna have some of that get going and everything. So that'll be pretty cool. So also, thank you for everybody that has stuck this long. I had a few of my coworkers that I've recommended the podcast to and told them about it. They're like, "Hey, we just got done with episode 4," and they're like, "Dude, they do," and I think it's absolutely hilarious. Um,
Hell yeah, exposure. Thank you all.
Seriously, like it's one hell of a thing to be able to do this. I'm also sorry too if I sound like a little off. Allergies this year have been absolutely booty tickled me, um, and everything. Hi, puppers. Um, but it's uh it's been kind of an interesting one. So yeah, I hope I don't sound too off or anything. I might sound like a little nauseated, so sorry about that. To kind of get started with, but what you been up to, DZ?
Working, reading webtoons. Been For those who know, I've been reading a bunch of manhwa stories. They're just awesome. Uh, I My problem this week has been, or actually the last couple of weeks, is I get so invested in a story, and then it's like, oh hey, look at all that free time you started with. Well, now it's all gone, and now you got to actually do the things you don't want to do, like work or
I feel you.
uh, go to sleep. So I'm just like, I spend so much time reading. I'm like, well, I want to read more, but the world's like, hey, you spent too long doing it.
This man
Um,
really said going to sleep. Like that is a chore. That is a
yeah, I don't
treat.
want to go to sleep.
I wish I could
I
sleep a
only
little bit
sleep
more.
because I'm tired. If I could, if I could live without sleep, I would.
Actually, like I'm not gonna lie. If okay, we're gonna go on a small tangent here. If sorry, I'm doing something for my son, so this is gonna look really funny. So if we didn't have to sleep and only had to eat for energy for anything like that, would you do it?
Yeah.
I think I'd be on the same boat. Just imagine how much shit you'd be able to do, bro. We spend
Hmm.
about a third of our lives sleeping. I think I spend
Hmm.
about a fourth of my life actually sleeping because I don't like to sleep, and my body's like, you know what? Like I'm over here saying like, oh, I wish I could sleep more, but it's also like my body stays up and it doesn't like to sleep.
And I'm
Um,
like, I want to play games.
and yeah, I wanna be doing something. Like my mind wants to keep moving and doing all the stuff that it does, and if I'm sitting there relaxing, chilling, or falling asleep, like I can't do those things. I'm a very like I have ADHD. Like I'm playing with a little bungee thing here. This is great. This is a wonderful thing right here. Um, so
I
like
don't have ADHD, but I have a fidget spinner, so I understand.
it's funny because like yes, anytime that I see this man with his camera on and and stuff. If we're doing like if we're playing games or something like that, it's if he has his camera on, which if we're just in a call and we're just sitting there, we're not gonna do that. But that fidget spinner always pops on screen every single time. I think it doesn't come on the screen more than Mountain Dew, but if you're doing the do and you're doing it well, the do's gonna make you feel do, and you're gonna do well. Mountain Dew sponsor us. We love you, please, please, please. Um, so way too much fun there. I have a story for you guys when we get to the other segments of our podcast. It's gonna be a doozy. It's been a long week. There's been so much happening over this last month, and every time that I look at the like past episodes or anything, it just kind of reminds me like, holy shit, there's been like a lot that's happened. You know what I mean? Like it's
I'm excited. I'm excited for tomorrow. I, in about 12-ish hours, the new Overwatch character comes out, so
that's gonna be sick.
I'm excited for that. Her name is Sierra. She's South African American, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Um, she works for a group called Helix, which is like a national security guard thing in Overwatch. So she's going to be the new character this season, and then Overwatch Season 2 Battle Pass is also going to be starting um, in all of its events. So we got a
We're
big event coming up for Overwatch. I'll probably play the shit out of Overwatch, finish the Battle Pass in like a week or two, and then be sad.
like we're gonna be playing that together. I'll be streaming that most likely because it's such a good thing. Overwatch has like completely turned it around. Like I mean, it feels like they lost people for a little while there, um, but then doing a
It,
complete like rework is insane.
yeah, they're now trying to get back to their old roots of like saying they're going to do something and actually doing it
Yeah,
instead of making excuses.
I was looking about that
And
because we were talking about that, weren't we? Like a little while ago, where
yeah, Jeff Kaplan put out a whole like 6 hour long like interview that he didn't put it out, but somebody else interviewed him for like 6 hours
yeah,
and just asked him about his history with Blizzard and like him being a game developer, how like certain questions about his time on different projects in Blizzard, like WoW, just Overwatch, just all that stuff. Um, and he was just saying some of the crazy ass shit that he would got forced onto him.
yeah,
It was like apparently like the old CEO before he got laid off or kicked off. I don't remember the full thing. Anyway, the
yeah.
old CEO was like, "Hey, let you need to make us like $1 million and over the next year or like some arbitrary crazy amount." Or like $10 million or 100. I don't remember the exact amount. He's like, hey, you need to make this arbitrarily ludicrous amount of money in a year, or we're gonna lay off like 1,000 people, and it's gonna be on your head. And
Wow.
he said that that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for him because like there was
Yeah.
already a bunch of little things that were like slowly eating away at him. Just like the fault that what they were trying to do with esports, it kind of got derailed from their original game plan
Pretty
just
bad.
because everybody wanted to make money and he was just wanting it to be for like good exposure.
Yeah.
So people started making ludicrous promises and failing to deliver. So it was just like a slippery slope of decline. Um,
Which is so sad.
and with the that whole like CEO moment, he's like that was the straw that broke his camel back and made him retire. uh
Sad.
the Overwatch 2, all of that like factors, just a bunch of stuff that we could have had, but if it was just handled differently. Um
It would have been a totally different story. Cause like as you
mm,
were saying, I think we talked about it like a good long while ago, where you know Overwatch was they were putting out stuff where they were promising things and then just not delivering, or like when they did deliver, it was super underwhelming. It didn't perform well. No one really liked certain things, and then started changing a lot of little factors with the game that just it didn't feel like the old game we used to play. Like it didn't it didn't feel interesting. It didn't feel as fun as it was. I think pre because they did that. What 2024 Overwatch 2 or something like that came out.
So like Overwatch is like real big decline was like post Jeff Kaplan leaving. It was their promise of Overwatch 2 being like this big PvE game with like a roguelike system
Yeah,
and abilities that they were promised, and they did a demo of it over at Blizzard World during one of their festivals.
yeah, it was big.
And that was like they were like promising all of these things, and then uh, they're while they were working on trying to do that, they basically stopped basically doing almost anything for the live service game, which is what killed them.
Yeah,
On top of failing to deliver what they had promised, and so they just slowly like when Brigida came out, she was like a big killer of people for enjoying the game
yeah,
just because she was like super broken when she came out, and they nerfed her like 20 times just to try and make her not a monster.
bro.
Uh,
When she first came out,
she
she
was
was the worst to play against.
mm, she could one tap Tracer with a combo,
Uh huh.
and if you were a DPS, fucking she damn near one shot you and then hit you a couple of times and you die.
Hmm.
Or if you're a tank, she would shield bash you through it when her shield bash would have a stun.
Dude,
And so she could
so
shield bash you
stupid.
through the shield like Reinhardt and stun him out of his shield. And she was just like ridiculously strong. Um,
Like, who needs to be that?
and,
That's so stupid. I can't believe they
and
released her on that.
since when she was so strong, it took them forever to nerf her, like down to a point where she wasn't as egregious anymore. I mean, she's like still strong, but it's like she's nowhere near the monster she was.
Nowhere
Uh,
close.
and
Nowhere even near it.
So that on top of rerunning old events and not dropping really any new content, uh, and patches were just coming like once every 4 months kind of thing if we were lucky.
It was
Just it
rough.
was just a bad time for the live service game. And then when they were going to do the Overwatch 2 stuff, and then that they failed to deliver on that stuff just due to like budget cuts, people being laid off, the allocations for the sources not being properly associated with like what areas, and trying to force one team to do everything. It just uh, on top of failing esports, it was just a big slippery slope for it to crash and burn. Luckily, the new team is able to, after a lot of trial and errors, able to bring Overwatch at least somewhat closer back to its former glory, like its heydays, that 2016 to 2019 time frame, where it was just like Overwatch was in its peak. Um,
And it was,
so
bro. It was a lot of fun. I think
I'm glad they're back now. Really do.
I do want to add on to that a little bit. I feel like during that time where, especially with Overwatch 2 coming out at the time, you had all those budget cuts, as you were saying with it. Um, a big thing that I feel like also kind of affected a lot of things, and then major layoffs with this and that. And I don't mean to like put blame on it immediately, but bro, AI, when stuff started coming out doing this and that, it just felt like there was so much shit that it stopped. I mean, look at like the graphics cards with Nvidia. Them taking more of their focus. Like they almost stopped doing like freaking graphics cards, basically. Like almost went full force into AI.
It's
Um,
because everything like in the 4080 series and higher was
all being
like
used for
it
it.
has RAM.
Yep.
The VRAM was like super important.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's
and
what they
so
were
like
needing
the
for it.
and like just bought up all the 5080s and all that stuff and just
So stupid. It's so
realized,
it still like
hey,
boggles my
this
mind for
is
that.
it,
Like I don't mean
uh,
to put the blame immediately on that, but I'm going to because I don't know. Like if you look at it like right now, there's been like huge like data center like AI data centers have gotten like a huge like pullback of those things, and then Elon Musk and his SpaceX company. Did you hear what they just did too?
no, I tuned out a long time ago.
So apparently these guys have now completely. They submitted this thing where they're wanting to put a million satellites into space. They're already
Oh yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
like a ring around the planet. Yeah, 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 yeah.
basically just AI
I
data centers in space.
yeah, yeah. I heard about that. I completely forgot about that. I did hear about that.
Yeah, dude. Reason being, not only being like ridiculous, like I'm not on the wagon for it because of like I get like if they're trying to develop something like that, they don't have to have water to cool those data centers because it uses a lot of water. Like almost every search that you do using AI uses like some sort of like gallon or two of water. It's like it's insane like how much energy consumption goes into it. But if it was in space, it'd be easier because it's cold in space, obviously. But the problem with it is it would completely drown out the sky. Like you wouldn't be able to see stars anymore, bro. You wouldn't be able to see anything like that. Everything would be affected by it. You wouldn't get as certain good data. If you're a backyard astronomer and you're trying to do this and that like myself, um, it drives me crazy because I see stuff like that and I'm like, why are we like why is this a thing? And apparently there's been talks about it being some of it being approved, and I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? I don't know. Like going back to like Overwatch and stuff, like now they've canceled out AI data centers. Like there's been a lot of them that have just been put on the back burner because you know there's some companies that are finally seeing that like, oh, maybe this is not the way to go, and then there's other ones that are still going into it. Um, but with
like
thing,
how the Microsoft person, I think it was Microsoft, where like they initially invested like $100 million or something like that into like Open AI
billion
or whatever, and then they just like
pulled out.
at a certain yeah they pulled out because like this is not profitable, so they're
Yeah.
not gonna give them that money.
Yep. And the fact that they did that, OpenAI took a huge hit because of that. That was 100, I think, and I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but it was, and I thought it was $100 billion deal, which would
Or
have been
something
put
like that.
into it. It was something like that. But
Yeah,
the
a
fact,
ludicrous amount.
yeah, like bro, like why are we doing this, bro? Um, and like, it replacing jobs, it replacing this. Like obviously, like if AI was put into certain things to optimize certain systems, like this and that, I can see that. Like there are some things where it can be very helpful, but if it's replacing jobs, if it's replacing things that people can do, I
The
I don't know.
problem is that there's no regulations, which is the main thing.
That's a huge thing actually.
We don't have any. People are just going buck wild because there's nobody's like fully prepared to like cover every facet of it, or like even if we are prepared, we haven't put it into actual action to like put limitations on what they can and cannot do.
Yeah,
So everybody's just running buck wild because nobody can really tell them like, hey, you can't do that,
yeah,
because like we've never been in this territory before. Uh, it was just
which
like
is
when the
crazy.
internet became super big at first, people had to like learn to adapt and make limitations on it. And we're kind of like that right now with the AI, where it's just like
Yeah,
super huge and rampant. Fucking Sora AI and all that stuff was like
dude.
ridiculously going crazy. Um,
Mm,
and then they just
I got a big one.
went under.
Yo, yeah. Did you hear? Have you ever heard about Claude, the Claude AI before?
I think it sounds familiar.
Okay, they just developed one that apparently is so powerful, and I shit you not, this is what kind of got me like thinking about it, looking at it like a little bit more, was the fact that this thing has the power to hack, like certain, like get into certain infrastructure, like
Oh
that.
yeah, it's not open to the public,
It's not
right?
exactly. It's only open. So, Claude, the developers, I don't know the names off the top of my head of the developers, but Claude has only been shared with Google, Microsoft, like big corporations like that. But
Mhm.
what like if and the thing is like they have not been able to like apparently like not being able to contain certain things, like it's not listening to certain commands, which is insane. That should not, that exactly itself, if we're making something so smart, so strong, and giving it all of these things, like I said, like as you said, there's no regulation with anything like
No
this,
limitations.
no limitations. Like these guys are just able to create something that can do, this, that, whatever the hell. And if it has the power to literally like get into certain things and could ruin a lot of stuff, like the world already, as of right now, has a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of trying times as of right now. The United States is still, back and forth with a few things as of right now. Like, there's in the world, there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't need another thing that's happening like this, but no one's talking about it. There are certain things that no people are like going into talking about or anything like that, and it's
Yep.
just
They're just pouring more oil in the fire, and we're just like, well, I guess more gas in the fire. We're just like, well, all right, I guess this is our world we're living in right now.
yeah, and
Yeah.
everyone's fine with it. I'm sure. I'm
I mean,
I'm
not
sh-
everybody's fine, but they're not being vocal enough about it. They're just like
exactly,
they're like they're just accepting their fate, and instead of like doing anything about it, or
bro.
at least trying to incite more of a movement about it.
Which is like absolutely insane to me. I like when you're looking at it and we're looking at the grand scheme of like everything that's like happening with stuff. Like you take that small look and you see it's like why is this and that? Like why is this and that? Let me just take a picture of it. Um, real quick, baby boy. I promise you, just in case. Um, but how big certain things are getting, like this and that, like it's absolutely insane. Um, going about it, listening about it, and everything. Um, it's not cool. And with the like as you said, there's no limitations, there's no this, and I know I've reiterated that, but the fact that this like right now, if it really wanted to, it could destroy the entire like economic everything like right now. And as of right now, it's been teeter totting all over the world. And if you have one thing that could be like, you know what, I'm bored. Let's go do something insane. Let's do it for the plot. Do it for the story. This thing could absolutely go crazy. And I hope, like as I said, AI can be used in certain ways to help optimize and strengthen systems in a certain
Mhm.
way. But
It can be positive, but everybody's using it the wrong way or being super negative about it. Like
yeah,
in terms of just like using it for dumb purposes and not thinking about the repercussions. So like we can do it, so let's do it. And they're not like, oh, just because we can do it, that doesn't mean we should.
I know that
That's
there's I know that there's AIs out there that are completely like made by the public, optimized by the public that actually help certain things. Um, but like I don't want to go into this, but like if you look at like students nowadays, AI can be used for everything, man. To this and that.
reports,
I mean,
writing a letter, just like all that stuff.
we
It,
and I get it. Like there, I can get the student side of it. I like we were there once. We were wanting to make things easier. Like not have
mhm.
to do certain work or anything like that. But now it's to the point where like our generation, Gen Z, is we're getting stupider, bro. Like our IQs are not of what our parents were,
I mean,
or
especially the younger generation, just
Gen Alpha.
we're yeah, they're growing up with it, which is the worst part.
Yeah,
And it's just like there's just so many things wrong. We could go on and on and on about just every awful thing that is just playing into this.
yeah.
Uh,
But it makes it super
it,
tough.
we
I know.
need reformations, but I don't know if we'll ever get them. At least not until it's too late.
Yeah, and ultimately that's what it ends up being. We there are certain things like either people are too yeah, they're honestly just too scared to say anything with it. Like you and I, like we have this platform, we're getting started with our stuff here, but I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, like actually, like that makes sense, you
Hmm.
know. Um, and we're not gonna sit here and completely drown out AI for this and that. Like there's some really good things it can be used for, and there are things that has helped 100%. But it's all how it's used, and everybody
Yeah.
has their opinion on how to use it and certain things. But it's almost like we've made a consciousness in a way. It's weird because we're all conscious beings. We can make our own decisions. We can do this, that. Do it for the plot. Do it for the story.
All those
Type.
movies of people, robots taking over the world, and don't seem so far fetched now.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And like
Yeah.
it's
We've all seen those movies and we're still not doing anything about it. Like all the warning signs.
it's all there.
It's just more becoming more and more real. Maybe a decade from now, we'll be like, well, it's the rise of the robots or whatever.
Okay, like 10 years from now, we'll mark it on our calendar. 10 years from now, we'll still be doing this podcast. We'll still be doing this here for you guys. We're gonna do it. But we're gonna be sitting here, and we'll be covering certain things and talking about certain things. It's like, oh shit, like this happened, that happened. Like there's just a lot of little tidbits that like maybe we're wrong. Like honestly, I hope we're wrong.
I'd
Uh,
rather be wrong than wish that I was right.
yeah,
Like there's plenty of times I wish I could be delusional and be like, hey, I may have thought this, but it turned out it wasn't going to happen, and I was just being an extremist. And I hope that's the case. I hope I was just being an extremist, being a naysayer, so that the goodness in this scenario could actually shine forth and be like, hey, we decided to make the world better. But I hope it's that, but we'll see.
yeah, and it's and it really is like a hit and miss. Like it could either go one way, but from at least where at least where we are now, it really is like a teeter totter on the scale of it that I personally see. Um,
Mhm.
like I can get certain things. We like I said, there's ways to optimize systems, this that, but our I hate saying it like this, but our brains are so advanced, or they're so smart. There's so many things. If you're sitting there trying to figure out something, like you'll end up figuring it out. Well, no matter what it may be, like there's a way. There is a way to do things, and it's funny enough. I hate saying it like this, but if you put your mind to it, you're gonna get it. Like it
I
ultimately
mean,
does happen through effort.
for the most part, yes,
Most of the
there
times,
are
yeah.
people out there who are not using their brains at all. So, like
Which
the
is
bad drivers, people who don't know how to use their turning lane lights, who just merge without turning their light blinker lights on. The
Oh my
people who
god,
just brake check you when you're trying to drive. They
bro.
just driving really quick and then just stop right there, and you're like, well, I guess we'll be in an accident today, or just, or I'm hoping my brakes are good enough in this moment because people are dumb.
You know what's really funny about that is on our way home, we took a little drive. We wifey wanted to go on a little drive, so we did. It was really nice. On our way up this canyon, because we went up east, like again, I'm not gonna say exactly where, but we went up a canyon, and we saw this driver that was like the speed limit was 40. Okay, me and my wife are looking at it. We're like, okay, like it's it's a really nice. We get like halfway up there, and there's this guy that is just he's stopping really weird. He's just kind of veering in and out. We're thinking maybe like a drunk driver or something like that. So we kept our distance to be safe about it. And I could, like I said, I could bring wifey in here. She could be like, yeah, that guy was weird. We got up to this intersection, but it's super dark up there. Like I can understand like putting on your brights and everything like that, but this guy had to like look and see. Like it's like he was looking at the line super carefully, looking at this, looking at that, and he was just acting really strange. Um, and it was super. So people like that, it's like if you're use your brain, please. We all got one.
Mhm.
It's a great brain. Like we're human. It's okay to make mistakes. Trust me, it really
Please
is.
learn common sense.
Common
If you don't know
sense.
what that is, Google it. Use AI. Google. It'll tell you what to
It will
do.
tell you. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a great use for AI right there. Oh
Learning what
man.
having common sense is. I know it's not a universal term, but like it's different from person to person. But there's still like a general consensus for most of it.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, please just like use your brain a little more than it just being inside your head.
It's so amazing what you can do. And
Specifically, people driving, please,
and if you
please.
are driving listening to this podcast and you're driving amazingly, this is not for you. You
Mhm.
guys, everyone, and I will say it's like maybe 90, no, I'm not going to give it that high. Probably 80% of people use their brains pretty well in my opinion.
If you use your blinkers correctly, I love you.
Yes. You know, it's really crazy.
That's
I
not what I
use
want
my
to say.
blinkers so much. I turn into my driveway that's in a cul-de-sac with my blinkers on. Like
It's
I
just like you have them, use them, man. It's just like it's such a simple thing.
wait, if
Uh,
there was a way that you could tell other drivers that you're turning, if they invented that, oh my god, you'd be a
I know.
millionaire,
It's
billionaire.
everybody merging without turning on their goddamn blink. It takes a second to do. It is not hard. You know how to. If you got your driver's license, you sure as hell know how to turn on your goddamn blinkers. And if you don't, give me your license right now. Hand it over.
Right here.
If you don't know what blinkers are, fucking give it. Give me your license. I'm gonna throw it away. I'm gonna cut it up like a credit card in those shows where it's like maxed out or whatever. I'll just snip it right up. Fucking learn what your blinkers are. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. Google it for the love of God. Learn, please Google how to drive. Or go back to the driver's ed. Fucking do something. Just please, for everybody, use your blinkers when you merge into other lanes. Don't just turn them on and immediately merge. Give it a moment. If you are also noticing people are just other people are being really stupid drivers, just be patient. Don't get impatient. Just let
Yes,
the idiots do their
be
thing
idiots. They will learn one
because
day.
you will go home safer if you live by that versus trying to compete with the idiots because they're trying to throw away their life anyway. I know
That's
life is too
fantastic.
short, but don't end it abruptly because you got upset on the road.
Oh
That
man. And to everybody
Go
that's
home, watch your
listened,
favorite show or something.
to everyone that's listened this far, I'm sorry that this is we've kind of like we've gone on some rants on this.
Huh.
But it's great, okay? You know, it's we got to get the word out there. We got to be better. Um, but it's way too much fun. We are going to before we go on anything more cuz I we could definitely go on
Hmm.
on this stuff. But we have another tier list for you guys tonight or today if you're listening to this in the morning, whatever. Um, we have a fun one here for it. This is a specific. See, my brain didn't work there for a minute.
Specific tier list. It is a Cartoon Network tier list where we're going to be whatever the cartoons that have appeared on here. I don't know the full range of what years that have been on here, but the shows that if we've seen them, we'll be ranking them and just where we put them on a list. And if we haven't seen them, we'll probably just put them at the very bottom, just like as a have not. Even if it's like a good show, we just haven't seen it. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's bad. We just don't have an opinion because we haven't watched it.
Yep. And what's nice too is this time, DZ can see the list. We've gotten advanced, guys. We're doing stuff here. He can
Yeah,
see
we're
what's
making progress.
happening.
I'm not just listening the entire time to this man asking me a question, and having to type it up and be like, "What was this again?" If I don't
what?
remember,
What did they show? Did they show?
what is 1 plus 1? Is that fish or is that two?
Fish. Fucking fish. That's amazing. But I think the range on this, I think it's between 2000, like at least 2000, probably 2000, and probably like 20, maybe 2016. I think that's the range here of some of these that I've seen. Like I know, like We Bear Bears, that one's definitely like a newer one.
We
Clarence
grew
is a
up. For
little
those
bit
who
newer.
don't know, we grew up in the early 2000s,
We
so
did,
uh, that is our time frame. So we grew up with like I was closer to the early 2000s, like right on the beginning of the cusp, 2001,
yeah.
and so that was my time frame. A little bit older than my co-host. I won't name drop his age unless he wants to.
I'm
Um,
24. He's 25. We're very close.
mhm.
This guy. He's a grandpa. He's a grandpa.
Yep, I have 3 kids and a wife, and they're in Tuscany right now. I'm just living my life here.
This
Uh,
podcast pays for it all. It's okay.
my kids
It's
are
okay.
he, she, them. That's their names. We decided to have fun with it.
Oh Lord. As you can tell, guys, we're honestly, damn, I'm in a good mood, man. I feel really good today. Um, so
We ran into each other before the podcast, so we're on much better terms now.
yeah, I there was this, we did rant in this episode 100%, but we definitely ranted before. God, that is so funny. So, but to get started with it, before we get started with this, two things, guys. Two small things, just two, okay? We got to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. I mean, it's our only sponsor right now. We're very, very happy with it. I'm working on another one. It's gonna be great. You guys will see soon. Hopefully, it's almost done. It's an energy drink company. They're
Dun
great.
dun
I'm
dun.
waiting on their product so I can review it. I gotta send some to that one so it comes. It's gonna be great. Um, I can't name drop it yet because we don't have anything yet from them. But Raid Shadow
Even
Legends,
I don't know
guys.
this one, so
Yes, he doesn't even know it yet because I don't know if it's gonna go through or not. But we're hopefully soon.
keeping me in the dark.
Always, every day. Um, so we're gonna give a big shout out to Raid Shadow Legends. We've had a few people, huh? Look at his stack. Bro, he just got a stack. He was stacking it in the freaking closet. So I said, "What are you doing in there?" He said, "Ah." Hold on.
For those wondering, he's talking to his wife right now.
Before we do get farther, back to the bad driver stuff. How bad was the driver on our drive? Oh my god. Pretty bad? Yes. He stopped when there was no stoplight or stop sign. Yeah, he stopped when there was no stop sign. Wait a minute, there is a stop sign at the other side on that intersection, but for the other street to come up. There's some things he didn't stop on his side where there was. Yeah, really ridiculous. Um,
And that was the silent segment.
yes. There you go. Could anyone hear that? Maybe like the viewers might, because my microphone for Discord is it's on voice isolation, so this man can only hear my voice 99% of the time. But on the viewer side, you guys did hear it. I know this because I tested it yesterday. I think, and if I'm wrong with that, I'm sorry, guys. But to get back into it, Raid Shadow Legends, thank you again for sponsoring another one of our videos. We definitely appreciate it. We've had some people confirm do our link, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, you guys got some new heroes with that, and all the good stuff. You know what I mean? So thank you so much. But our second, please, and
Before we get
please.
into that, just for raid, I just wanted to give you Oboro's your best champion. Just saying, I just wanted to throw it out there. She's my favorite.
I won't
She's my
argue with
favorite.
that.
She may not be the best in the game, but she's the best in my heart.
Well, she's on my starting
Anyway,
team, bro. She's amazing, actually. I have her at freaking level 45 right now. 45? And
the
she's
samurai
usually.
chick, bro. She's
She's
dope as hell.
sick. She is so fucking sick. Um, but for our second one, please, please, and please, and please. It's the lifeblood of our podcast. Cannot give more a
Our
shout out to Mountain Dew.
to our
Dude,
hopeful future sponsor, Mountain Dew, please. Just for us, I'm trying to incorporate your drink into my lifeline and replace what most humans need is water, and I'm trying to make Mountain Dew that replacement. If I believe hard enough, and I wish
it
one
will.
day it'll happen.
He's gonna
So
manifest it. We're manifesting that Mountain Dew sponsors us. Please, please, please. I'm holding a different can as of right now because I finished this one yesterday, but it is here. We love you and we appreciate you. So do
this
the
will be
do
our
with
new
Mountain Dew.
segment. Uh, the just a quick drink for our sponsor.
Please, please, please. I took one earlier and it was just like 2 days, like a day old. So it still was good. That's how good it is,
I
guys.
was every podcast I have a new 2 liter.
He
I've
does.
just I make sure I'm well prepared.
He is. So to get into our tier list for today, and like I said, thank you for everyone coming in. Appreciate you guys so much, and thank you to our sponsor and our hopefully sponsor. You know, we want you, please, man, do. Um.
Oh, let's say one last thing before we go.
Oh
Just
yeah.
want to give a quick shout out again to everybody who has been following us so far. We hope you enjoy the content. We're trying, and we just want to give a shout out to those who have stuck with us so far. And if you're new, welcome. Hopefully, you're enjoying the content. If you could show us just a little bit more support by hitting that like button,
And
commenting if you
subscribe.
can, like hashtag Mountain Dew or hashtag
The
Cartoon
unstable
Network,
crew. You know, we
or
got to
that
start
too.
that too. That's something that we
It
do
doesn't
for
even
you
have to be
guys.
a hashtag. Just let us know that you're here and you're made it this far. I just want to give a shout out to all those. And then one last thing, if you could just hit that subscription button. We're a small channel, so every little bit of support helps. Turn that
Yes.
notification bell if you want to keep up to date with our notifications. And we'll be doing some more short form content. It's probably just going to be clips from the channel, but we'll see how things go in the future if we decide to change that up at all as time goes on.
It's
But
gonna
yeah.
be an evolving channel. Like I said, we've discussed in other episodes that we're gonna be doing in person stuff, and that's it. It is like down the road a little bit, but we're you never know, guys. Like we could
Mhm.
have something happen where we actually get to do this and have a full on setup that's in person and a whole thing with it. Like that was gonna be cool. Obviously, we're always still gonna do things like this. It's nice, it's fun as well with this, but there's different kind of content that we want to incorporate and then do for you guys. So just another little thing that we're getting into. Um, but to get started with our tier list here for us today, um, I don't think I've ever seen this. It's called Smagcast or something. Let me. It's probably gonna mess up the. No, not too bad. But it's like Snag Gas or something like that. I've never seen that before.
I
Space
one
Ghost?
out of 10 for me because I've never seen
Yeah, Space
it.
Ghost. I've never seen it, so we're just gonna put it on there and keep
Mm.
this moving here for us. So I'm just gonna zoom this back out.
Just a reminder, we're not saying it's a 1 out of 10 for those
No,
who do enjoy that show. We just haven't seen it,
we haven't
so we're
seen
gonna
it.
put it.
Um,
If it's a show we haven't seen, we're just gonna put it in the very bottom for haven't seen.
so as of right now, and we really won't have anything else in that category if we have just not seen it. If it shows
Mhm.
that really that bad, we will say it for sure. Um, one that we have talked about on this podcast prior, I think one other time on our first episode or second episode, one of those two, is Dexter's Laboratory. Didi, Didi,
Dee
so
Dee.
good. Dexter himself, bro. His dad is a fucking goof. His mom's oblivious. I mean, what more can you want, bro? Like
Dexter's
seriously.
smart as hell.
He,
Bro was making mechs. What was his rival's name?
let
Uh,
me get the name this time because of the fact that I got that wrong and I'm not getting called out for it because you did that to me and I was very sad.
I don't
uh,
remember his name. I
so his rival's name is Susan. Susan.
Susan.
Yeah, here let's get a thing up here. There's not
No,
anything.
it's not Susan.
Yeah, Dexter's rival in.
No, the guy right there. Dex, the guy right.
I know it is him, but like the name, I just want to get the name for it.
Also, what is that spelling, bro?
I yeah,
Mandark.
stop. Mandark, that's his name.
Bro, what is your typing? Rick
I'm
of
gonna get called out for shit for no fucking reason apparently. God
What is
damn
that?
it!
Dexter's
I was typing weird. I have stuff
Rick-
on my thing here. Okay, my computer has stuff right here. Oh my god, he's already starting
are you
chat.
dyslexic? You never told me.
I am maybe. So a brilliant student at Hebrew Elementary. So this is this guy. I'm not gonna show too much because we don't get a copyright, but
Mm.
still pretty cool.
Mandark. Yeah, that's his
Mandark is
name.
his name. So we'll keep that tab open just for that. Just for like referencing and things like that because we can do it
Who's
silent.
Susan? I
But
need to know.
look, his real name is Susan Astromonadov or whatever it is.
Oh, I didn't.
Astromamanov. So that's his real name. Why is it? I'm not gonna question and I won't judge. I just
No wonder
interesting.
why he changed his name.
Oh
If that was my name, I'd rather be called Mandark too.
god, that's amazing.
I get it. I get why he's so upset in the show. If I was named that, I'd be crying too.
Oh man, I gotta clean my glasses
Uh,
here because I want to be able to. You guys haven't really seen me much with my glasses, so I need to put those on. I just, it's
he's
nice to
joining
have,
the
but I
club.
haven't put them on. So got that on. Oh my gosh, what a difference! It's not that much of a
A
difference, but it is
whole
something.
new world.
A whole new world. No, just kidding. So Dexter's Laboratory, like I said, we've gone into it a few times. It's a great show. I mean, I loved it. Obviously, it's from our time. It's a great one on that. We're dating ourselves by saying that, which is great. Um, but yeah,
But
Dexter's Laboratory, it's a great one.
did Dexter's come out before us, or was it a '90s show, or was that early 2000?
1995, so it was before
Okay,
us.
so we're not dating ourselves. It
No,
is an older show.
it is an older show.
So we were watching the reruns as it was
Yeah,
going on.
100%.
Um,
Still a great damn
Hashtag
show.
Boomerang and hashtag Cartoon Network. Those were the shows. The channels it was showing up on.
Absolute
Uh,
fucking god tier stuff, bro. It was some good shit back
so
then.
Dexter's Laboratory was always a fun show.
Yeah.
Uh, Dexter was always doing all kinds of stuff, and Dee Dee was rage baiting him every single moment by barging into his lab and breaking everything or doing everything in
She,
her power to annoy the crap out of her brother.
bro, what a professional rage baiter. Like, dead ass, like, professional
I,
fucking rage baiter.
I learned from the best
Oh.
how to annoy people. But I'm still working on the oblivious part.
Yeah. I don't think but you're not oblivious, though, is the thing. You couldn't get to her
Again,
level because you're not oblivious.
I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress.
I'm gonna put that back there. But I'm gonna be typing, so I'm gonna put that right there because now I can put my hands on my keyboard. I can type right.
Let's see. I'd say 10 or
Yeah,
S tier, whatever.
it's a 10 out of 10 for sure. It's a great
So
show.
for those who don't, or if you're just listening to this podcast, normally our tier lists are like S, A, B, C, D, F. This podcast,
It is 10 out of 10,
tier
9
list
out of
ones,
10, etc.
yeah, it's 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, so on and so forth. So,
As you guys can see,
uh,
he's getting used to being able to see things now. It's really great.
normally I'd have to leave it up to this guy. So,
You
and I'm just guessing for my life.
know what's really great is I don't know if DZ's caught it yet. Maybe he has. But on things that he said S2, and I'm like, yeah, that's an S. I put it to D. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. That would have
I
been funny though.
trusted you.
I
I
trusted
trust.
you. So the next one that we got on the docket here for us is Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo, we've talked about
Hey,
previous. Hey, mama. Hey, mama.
hey,
Want to see his
hey, sexy
pecs?
mama.
Ugh.
Hey.
So good. Johnny Bravo, not the smartest dude out there, but one hell of a fucking comedian. I will say that. Bro, this guy, as the kids say nowadays, he got Riz. That fucker had Riz. But without no, he tried. He had to try,
He
right?
could take a punch.
And he could take a punch. He was a tough dude.
He
It wasn't just for
he
show.
never gave up on the goal. He
No.
never gave up. Every time he would just go after every woman that he saw that was really attractive, and he would not stop. It didn't matter who it was. He would try shoot his shot, even if it didn't work out.
But Johnny
For better
Bravo,
or
bro,
worse.
he did. Ah. But to get this going on this, Johnny Bravo, bro, I'd say what, like a 9 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10?
Yeah, 9. It was
Yeah,
a
we'll
good
go
show.
9. It was a good
I
one.
definitely have fond memories. I didn't watch every single episode, but the times I did watch it, it was a fun watch. I'd
River,
never changed the channel when it was on.
yeah,
That it's like I
and
had
that says
direct TV
something.
growing up, and
Wow,
so
Draco bad and bougie over here. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
we
we did
we'd be
too.
balling sometimes, we're just living Gucci life. And
Ow! I
I
just
just
hit
have direct
myself in the
TV
head
just
with this
because it
thing.
good.
That shit hurts.
You're
My
showing off.
no, I more injured myself than anything. Um, but to keep this going, chicken, cow and chicken. Have we ever seen cow and chicken? I don't think I've seen
Yeah,
this.
I've
Like,
seen cow and chicken.
kind
Mama
of.
had a cow, but Mama had it. Or what was that song? It was like those who do know that it's like something. Something. I'm blanking on it. It's
Magic
playing in my
Mansion.
head like the tune, but it's like something had. Mama had chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad didn't care. He never asked how. And just that song, Cow and Chicken was a weird show. It was funny, but it was weird. Like during that time frame, it was just there was a bunch of weird shows they were putting out.
They Do you
The show
remember
was
Cat
very
Dog?
off-putting.
I don't know if
Hmm.
Cat Dog's on here,
Cat
but damn,
dog,
that one was
cat
weird.
dog, cat dog.
I've seen that one, but that one was like an acid trip of a fucking show.
That Cow and Chicken was also one of those shows. I don't think we ever saw their parents. It was one of
No,
those
we didn't
shows where
see
it was
their
like
parents.
focused on the count of the cow and chicken, uh, but and their parents were just like legs, legs and maybe hands.
It was one of those shows, dude. Oh man.
Cow and Chicken. It was a good show. It was weird. I definitely remember it being weird, and I remember being off put a couple of times when I was younger. Uh,
Damn, that's true.
I I don't remember every single episode. I just I'd say probably like a seven, maybe
A
an 8 out
7.
of 10. It was
Okay.
yeah,
We'll do
it was a
7.
good show, but I don't remember. I don't remember that crazily about it, so that might just be my memory. But I know it was like a fun watch, but it is weird.
Yeah, to say the least. I
Hmm.
don't think I've seen this one. Maybe I. No, I don't
A lot of
remember
these
this
shows
one.
also showed up on Boomerang.
That's true. That is very true. And I got to think about that as well. Because, yeah, definitely some of these I remember on Boomerang, which is completely fine. That's great.
Hmm.
God fucking damn it, dude. I hit myself again.
That's your fault.
I.
You keep swinging.
Oh! The
Glutton
freaking.
for punishment over here,
God.
Mister. I don't learn from my mistakes.
I'm hitting everything now. Alright. So, it's because my son wants it. Because it's funny. But I Am Weasel. You see this one, bro? I don't think I've seen this
Yeah,
one.
I've seen this.
What
It's one
is.
of those shows I haven't seen in a long time. I remember the character. He has a deeper voice.
Oh,
He's
wait.
very he's he, he's got a deep voice. Uh, I think he's like kind of like he's very like sure of himself. He has
Oh,
like
this show. Okay, yeah, I seen this. I don't remember much
yeah,
of it though.
he has a
To be
lot of
honest,
confidence.
he does have a lot of
Um,
confidence. He's like, you
mhm.
know,
uh,
that part I do remember.
I don't remember the show that well, but I'd say like a seven.
Yeah,
I
you know,
maybe an eight. I think it's probably a little bit better than Cow and Chicken just because I don't remember it being weird, at
yeah.
least
Cow and
as
Chicken
weird.
was fucking weird, bro. There was this one show. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like it's super fucking weird. It's. Do you know that one clip? Maybe
Ren
you've
and
seen it.
Stimpy.
Hold on, Ren and Stimpy.
Mm-hmm. R-E. Uh, no,
Yeah, the Ren and Stimpy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a weird show to say
Hmm.
the fucking
That
least.
was funny, but man, was that show a fucking acid
Weird.
trip and a half.
That was
You
an
watch
acid trip
that,
and a half. I did.
you're gonna. That show was crazy.
Well, okay, when he takes the saw, he's like, oh, it places it on his ass. He's like, and he's sawing it, right? And he's like, oh, it's.
There were so many. For those who don't know, if you never watched any of these shows, there was so many adult jokes in these shows. Like if you're as a
There
kid, you're like
was.
you find it kind of funny. You don't know any of these stuff, but as you're an adult watching these shows again, you're like, man, that's kind of crazy. How did they get
Bro,
away with that joke?
I was just gonna say, like, there's some of them that, like, I
Ren and
look back
Stimpy was
on,
one of those shows they ran rampant with that.
bro. I feel like that show had if you could do like a counter of how many adult jokes or just references this that was in that shit, bro, you would have a whole ass list just from an episode. Just like the fact that like I can't get that out of my brain, which is the stupid like that one scene where I was just talking about where they're have the fucking saw and it's like and he's like, oh,
It's a crazy show, bro.
it really is just a fucking weird show, and that's
If
okay.
anybody ever looks up Ren and Stimpy clips or it on YouTube, be prepared to see some weird shit. That's what that show was. it was funny at times, but man, at certain times, the show was oddly like
Different,
it was
just
a
different.
lot.
I
It was a lot to watch at times.
that's a way to say it. Um, so it not being on this list, which is okay, and I think if it was on this list, you know what would we
Yes.
rank that shit? Probably 5, just from the weird shit in that. Maybe even a 6. Ren and
I,
Stimpy,
I
bro.
can't. There's a scene that's playing in my head that I can't remember what episode. It was like a beach scene, and that shit was
Oh,
wild.
dude,
Uh,
Wild. That shit was fucking weird.
bro, the beach. There was a beach episode, and they were doing some weird ass stuff on there. I have to relook at the clip, but man, was it?
And we're not gonna play it on
Ren and
on
Stimpy
the
was a
on the
wild
podcast
show.
because
I'd give it 6 out of 10.
yeah,
I don't think I could go any higher than that. It was a
no,
funny show, but it was like it got really weird a lot of the times, like uncomfortably weird.
it's so weird, man. I fucking just weird. But to get to keep this flowing here for us, we got the next one on the docket is the Powerpuff Girls.
Didn't this also appear on Boomerang?
This did appear on Boomerang as well. Yes, it did. I
Yeah,
know
so a
when I
lot of
was
these shows are
younger,
Boomerang shows.
I fucking did watch that shit. It was a good show. My sister enjoyed it, but bro, it was like a
Eh,
guilty pleasure. It was a good show.
Yeah, but the Boomerang Girls, the Boomerang Girls,
I
the Powerpuff Girls,
had to
bro, they
let
were
him.
on
I had to
Demon
let him.
Time the whole time.
They were on
Fucking
Demon Time
whenever
the entire
when
time.
if your name was Mojo Jojo, you'd end up in the hospital every week.
More like
They
every
beat the
fucking day,
brakes
bro.
off of you, bro. They beat you to an inch within your life. For whatever reason other than you're a villain and they you specifically, they're gonna jump you. And they're gonna go crazy with you. They'll leave you within an inch of your life and then take you to jail.
Like instantly. That was like, I
Uh,
mean, Powerpuff Girls. Even like people would say about it to begin with. Why is he wanting to go outside? Maybe
it
he's
was
telling
just a
you
good
your
show.
orders here.
Um, I did watch a lot of it growing up.
That's weird.
Uh, they're like
Your order is almost here though.
for anybody who hasn't seen the show, it's kind of like imagine three little girls who have Superman's powers, and they're all roughly equal in strength, and but they don't know restraint. If you were a villain in this series, you would wish you weren't a villain
Oh yeah,
because they
no.
would.
You would not wish you were a villain at all.
You ever heard of getting jumped? They were on that energy from day one, frame one.
Bro, it's like, okay.
Sugar and spice and everything nice, and then chemical X
This
when
man really
Professor
said
Plutonium
sugar, spice, and everything nice. That's his never mind. I was gonna say a really bad joke there.
that chemical X Professor Plutonium trying to make the Powerpuff Girls, and the show was bro. If you know, you know. What's her face? The madam, uh, the mayor's assistant.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
God damn.
If you know, you know.
If you know, Mayor West, or is it Mayor West or
It
something
is
like
Mayor.
that?
I think it is Mayor West. Yeah.
Yeah, his assistant, bro. Miss Miss something. I don't remember. All I know is God damn. Anyway, getting back to the point of the show,
Did we
it
drop it
was
off
pretty
at
good.
news?
I probably it was one of those iconic shows
I
too.
think so.
It was probably a 10 out of 10. I didn't go out of my way to watch it, but
That's
I never turned it off when I was watching it,
doesn't look like
and
there's.
so yeah, I'd say a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, just let me know.
What about you?
I think that show personally, the Powerpuff Girls, like, bro, don't be a villain in that universe, bro. You're already gonna have a bad time. I think it's a 10 out of 10 personally.
Yeah, you'll end up in the hospital if you're a villain in that universe.
I mean, look, if you look at the thing, like just the thing itself, they're already punching on that poor guy. That some bitch is done.
They will send you to the hospital frame one without restraint.
Bro, and they're mean and they're fast too.
If they didn't, if you didn't have cartoon force, you probably die. One
So
punch, you're in
the
your next life.
I will say that. Did you get it, crackhead? So I will have DZ take over this part real quick. I will be right back. But the next one on the docket is Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Enjoy. I'll be right back, guys.
Ah, now we're talking about a goaded show. Uh, Ed and Eddie is one of my top five favorite shows on not Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. It is one of those shows that you would watch and it lives in my head rent free. Like you just, it's like SpongeBob, where when you think of that show, it comes back. And if you really love the show like I did, it becomes part of your personality. Uh, Ralph just and his many euphemisms he would say. He was like kind of like a foreign character, but he'd like say like the son of your monkey's ancestor is awful, and you shall know the weight of your crime, heathen. He would talk in just like some crazy ways. Uh, and the three main characters, Ed and Eddie, are Ed was like a money hungry person. He would try and like scam people out of money because he wanted to buy a jawbreaker. He wanted to be rich. And he had an older brother he always tried to act like. So a lot of his personality he was just kind of copying from his
Nice.
brother. Uh, Double D, which is one of the characters. I don't. Uh, he was he was the brains of the organization
He
when
really was.
when it wasn't come to the scams. Eddie would come up with those. Double D was like the brains behind like trying to set everything up for stuff. If they needed to ask a question or something, they'd go to him, or he'd make inventions and stuff and kind of like help Eddie out with his idea. And then the best character of the show, Ed.
Ed
Ed
himself is
was
the fucking legend,
Mr.
bro.
Buttered Toast Man himself. Bro
You
had
bet you three
cartoon.
fifty, I did.
You bet your sweet Bippy I did. He was just an amazing character. The best way to describe him, think of Patrick from SpongeBob, and Ed is the equivalent, maybe dumber, and that's
I
saying
think he
something.
might be a little dumber.
There is an episode of one.
Holy
I think it was like a
smoly!
Halloween episode. They
Yeah.
decided to take a flashlight and look inside Ed's brain, and he just has where normally you'd see your brain. It's just a piece of toast, buttered toast with a bite taken out of it, where the brain would be, and that's his brain.
It's like the one fucking brain cell. It's a
And
single bite.
this man, he was just
Oh man,
as gullible as they come. But he had cartoon strength, so he was like really
bro, he
strong.
was really
He'd break.
strong.
There was an episode where he was like doing something dumb, and he like took the moon from where he was standing using Toon Force powers, and then
Mhm.
he's like, it reminds me of a chip, and then he bit part of the
And
moon. He's just doing.
that
He also had
episode was like a
superhuman
fucking acid
strength
trip, dude.
and
Ah,
durability.
if
Ed was like in a trance at one point. He was like sleepwalking, and he decided to start eating his bed. But you would think when somebody says they're gonna eat their bed in that weird scenario, they're gonna like they're gonna take like a bite out of it. No, 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 no.
this
This
man,
man decided to turn into like a whale and one gulp devour his entire bed. He slowly just like became a cartoon
he was like
wide.
a
He like
snake.
and he just devoured the whole thing slowly growing over the entire bed to where it like shape become the shape of his body and and then he go to swallow the whole thing. It was wild. The Ed and Eddie was just a fun show. It's one of my favorite shows of all
it's
time.
it's so
The
good.
comedy, the
The
show,
comedy is amazing in
it's
that shit.
definitely worth a rewatch. Definitely worth people. If I had to give like if we had like a section for all-time favorite shows like on this, or like where like one show
Wow.
really stuck out to us
Yeah.
versus the rest, this would probably be my pick, like my number one on this
Yeah.
list. It may not be everybody's number one, but for me personally, it was my number one.
Ed,
Just
Ed, and
that's how
Eddie is
iconic
such
it
a
is
good
for
one,
me.
bro.
It is
One
such
of
a
my,
funny show.
I will say, one of my favorite things, just like looking at it, is, you know, I know it's like a weird thing to point out, but their actual like mouths, like their tongues being like this weird ass fucking color, bro. You remember that shit?
Everybody had a weird ass tongue, bro.
Like that
This
honestly is
show
like one
was
of my favorite things. Like it's so funny, bro. And you think about it, you look at it, it's like, bro, you think, huh,
the
huh.
they were weird with the show at times. The Canker sisters were doing some wild stuff. There was an episode
Wild.
where they decided to capture uh, Ed and Eddie.
Hmm.
The Canker sisters decided to capture them, and they brought them back to their trailer in like the trailer park where they live, and they decided to hold them hostage, and they put cuffs on their feet, like some like old torture stuff, like where like in that wooden like kind of crate thing,
Yeah.
where like yeah, it's like on your head and your hands, you just kind of standing there. Well, they had one of those, but for your feet, and they decided to hold the boys hostage and then paint their nails, their toenails.
Oh my god.
It was. I don't remember what led to it, but it was just a wild thing. The Canker sisters were on demon time. They were doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Bro, they
And
were
what made
putting
it worse
the
is
Powerpuff Girls right there, man, on the demon time.
they were in even time a different way. They were trying to smooch. The Kanker sisters had crushes on Ed and Eddie, and they would do anything they could to kiss him or and do all kinds of stuff. It
Coochie coochie
was
coo. I'm over
and
here.
it was they were doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Holy smoly! That's my favorite. Like everybody has a vocal stem. I feel like most people do. I know I do. That's one of my vocal stems. So think of this. Like I'm at work. I work in like a cooler, right? It's like it's cool in there, but it's an isolated room, and it can be, you can hear your echo reverberates, and you just hear holy smoly from like a room away. Like I have the other department like come and be like, and I activate their vocal stem, so we're going back and forth saying holy smoly, better talk better. It's like a back. It's so funny,
Somebody
bro.
walks by. What the hell is happening in
They open the fucking window.
there?
They're like, "Is everything okay in here?" Because members and stuff can open up the window if they really wanted to. They don't really, but they could. Oh man, I have a story about
my
that shit.
my vocal stem is Patrick from SpongeBob. Little, little, way.
It's always gonna be there. So
Uh,
I,
Ed and Eddie's to 10 out of 10.
yeah, I actually put that at the very front of this because that honestly, like, looking at the ones on the like on this list, like, there's some obviously some really good ones on this list, but that one, man. Besides, I think the only one that, in my opinion, could take it over, and that's like a maybe three, maybe two. Maybe
Ben
three.
10.
Ben 10. Courage is a good one. Regular Show is a really, really good one. We have
Mhm.
Omniverse on here. Alien Forces on here, which is really cool. I think we should hammer out the Ben 10s because I think those would be really cool to get to. Just looking at time wise here for us. We're
Oh
about
yeah,
at
chat. We're having a little bit of a shorter podcast today compared to our last week where we did 2.5 hours. This week is going to be about an hour, just due to personal stuff we have to take care of. So, how far are we at right now?
we're
Actually,
about it. We're already an hour and 10 minutes in.
oh well, so we're going to go to the hour and a half mark then.
Yeah, we'll go to hour and a half, and then we'll do our next segment.
Okay, let's just knock out the Ben 10 ones, and go to the segment because I don't. If we talk too much, we'll get past the hour and a half easily.
Oh, easy.
Um, So let's just give us time to like do a couple more and move on from there.
Yeah,
If you guys really like this more like this particular tier list, we can do it again next week
yeah,
and just
and I
continue
can
where we
save it
left
this
off.
time, which is great. So we can continue on. I was able to
So
figure it out.
drop a comment down below if you want us to continue the Cartoon Network tier list because we can definitely spend a lot of time on this particular one alone.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro, it's not the longest one, but man, it's a decent size, especially like with what we could talk about with
There's
it.
a lot of good shows on here.
Yeah, there is. Like, there really is. Let's do, just for the sake of this, let's add the Ben 10s. into one, and we can talk about all three series of it and just like the order with it. Um,
Mhm.
so let's just bring these guys up here real quick. Ben 10. Oh my god, where's it? Everything moves when I do this. Omniverse is number 3. Wait, is Omniverse second?
So it goes Ben 10, Ben 10 Alien Force,
Okay, and
Ben
then
10 Ultimate Alien, and then Ben 10
Omniverse.
Omniverse in that order.
I don't know if the other one's on here. Do you see it? Oh, here's Ben 10. Wait, why is there? Oh, wait a minute. This Ben 10
There's
that's
a
like
rerun.
right here. It's a no. Fuck
That
that one.
that's the garbage one that
Yeah, fuck
ruined
that
it.
one.
It's one of those shows like Teen Titans Go that just ruined what was so great.
Yeah, yeah, fuck
It was
that
a
one.
cash grab. That's what it was.
Just riding on the heels of something that was good. You know what? Just for shits and
Mhm.
giggles, I'm gonna put this at 1 out of 10. Fuck that.
Mhm. We haven't seen that show, but it is the one on this list that deserving of the lowest spot there. If there was a 0 out of 10, we
It
put it as a zero.
maybe I should add it.
It only gets 1 point because it's called Ben 10, but it ruins what is already a great series.
Yeah, it didn't. It's riding on the coattails, basically, is all it is. And at least in my opinion, I did see like a little bit of it. It's just riding on the coattails, personally. But if you do
Yeah,
like it,
it's
don't take our word for it. It's okay. This is just our opinion.
no,
It's okay.
refuse. Don't talk to me about it at all. If we ever meet in real life, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Keep that to yourself. I'm gonna be the bad guy. Everybody's like out here trying to spare people's feelings. I'm over here like, get that out of here. You know what you did. You know. Uh anyway, rant aside. Uh I'm not gonna hate on the people. If it is a show that you unfortunately
There's
like,
28. Wow.
I guess good for you. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to talk about it. If you want to talk about the other series, I'm all for it. I just would rather not talk about the rerun of the original series. They just destroyed what was an amazing show already.
It,
In my opinion, if you don't agree, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but
but we
me
can be the bad
personally,
guy
and a
on
lot of
this.
people
It's ridiculous.
also just
But it's
know
awesome,
that
though. I'm
what
glad
I
that
say
they
is
did
true.
that. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Damn.
so getting to the rating of the Ben 10 series, uh,
The regular
original
Ben
Ben
10
10
series.
that started it all, fucking goaded. That shit
Killer,
is a
bro.
10 out of
Okay,
10,
the
easy.
pilot, the first episode, bro. Killer.
Every kid wanted to have the Omnitrix as a watch. Every fucking having the 10 aliens and just going on adventures, fighting aliens, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Everybody wanted to be Ben 10.
Volgax, I think, was one of the best
Who
villains.
who?
Vilgax. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, Vilgax. My bad. Vilgax, I think, is one of the best uh, villains. Anything that's out there for like that type. Um,
Vilgax was a menace.
People
Vilgax had
like
Black
the
Air Force energy.
he did. What an
He was one.
antagonist, bro.
I know I've dropped this saying like a couple of times during this, but if I said that the Powerpuff Girls and the Kinker Sisters were on Demon Time or
That
whatever,
guy was on Universe Time.
no. Uh, Vilgax wrote the book on being on Demon Time. He wrote the
That's valid.
instruction manual. He wrote the book itself.
He is the original author, bro.
Again, Vilgax was a menace. Just
And being able to
and he
come
had
back the way he
hands.
did, and he had hands,
He he
bro. He could
he
fucking throw
was.
down.
Yeah, Ben was getting his ass whooped anytime Vilgax appeared on screen.
Anytime,
There was only a
man.
couple of times Ben ever like really won, but it was after like a bunch of times where Ben
It
was
was
just
always
trying,
Ben
and then Vilgax would beat the shit out of Ben.
before he got like more familiar or just like more. And it's funny to say, just more experience, bro.
Mhm.
He like, I mean, hell, like look at the plumbers. They were trying to get him, and they end up going back and forth with him for so long. You know, originally the Omnitrix being for his grandpa. You know, I think what's really cool is with his grandpa knowing. and dealing with all those things and like basically help guiding Ben and just
Mhm.
being there for him, bro. W's in chat for Ben's grandpa,
Grandpa Max.
Grandpa Max Tennyson, bro. Like
Mhm.
what a fucking legend. And oh man,
And then we also got to give a shout out to Gwen Ten or
yes we
Gwen
do.
Tennyson.
Gwen Tennyson is an absolute
Mhm.
freaking beast. She's pretty damn cool.
She's over here using her magic. Turns out spoilers for if you don't want to hear the spoilers, skip at least
About 30
like 30
seconds.
second. Skip about a minute. Uh, all right, I've given enough time for a spoiler for Gwen. Uh, she's a fucking alien, bro. Fucking, what is not she's an Aphrodite or something like that.
Hermaphrodite? No, I think
No,
it is
an
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite.
Yeah.
It's a being of pure energy.
Hmm.
Uh, and
Which is
so that's
insane.
why she has the ability to use magic. Gwen becomes a power. Gwen has the ability to become one of the strongest creatures in that universe.
The entire universe.
hmm
God.
She like if she really wanted to commit, she could beat most of Ben's aliens, even in the later parts of the series.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh for sure.
That's how strong that race is. Is just
Because
crazy.
you're fucking just pure energy, bro. Like Aphrodite's
hmm
insane. And that's just to say the
Bending the laws
least.
of the universe to a
Like
degree, which is crazy, a crazy feat in itself.
she made her own physics, bro. Like
hmm
the laws of nature and everything couldn't apply to that at all. Like
So, uh,
that's crazy.
to get to the main point, if we since we're running out of time, as much as I would like to yap about Ben 10 being one of my favorite series of all time,
It's up
um,
there.
Ben,
We
all the series, if we had to give it an overall, it's a 10 out of 10.
yeah.
Everything, all of the series,
Alien
except for the
Force was
one on the
so
very
good.
bottom that we all know that we don't want.
Yeah, this one right here,
No,
chat. You know, listeners, I'm pointing to Benton. You know, coattail one. Um, we're gonna leave that
the
one.
the the rerun that ruined it. It's one of those ones like it's a cash grab. Is the just
Makes it sad.
what if what if we just ruined your favorite theme that and made a budget version? That's kind of what the rerun is.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So
Um, what do you
I'll
think?
stop my ranting
What do you
because
think? Do we want to do one more, or do we want to head to the next segment, bro?
I think we should head to the next segment just
Let's do it.
because if we're doing both of them, we should give ourselves a little bit of time. What are we at right now?
Hour 17.
Yeah, so we should about 13 minutes. That should be enough.
Yeah, and if we go on
Um,
a little long, like that's okay. You know.
mhm.
So to get to our next one, we're going to roll the clip to the next one. Roll the clip. Sorry, sweet treat. This week on this sweet treat, Deez, you want to go first for the sweet treat for this
Sure,
week?
I got you. It just popped in my head what I reminded myself in the same instant.
Oh hell
So, getting back to an older topic we talked about earlier in the podcast before we went on a tangent,
yeah.
Overwatch.
Yes.
My sweet treat of the week is or sweet treats. I'll just give the short explanation. Sierra is the new character for Overwatch's new story-based seasons. She'll be coming out tomorrow or I guess later today, as the time we're recording this.
So date wise, it'll be the 14th of
Of
April
April,
in Mountain Time,
2026.
12 p.m. You know, what everyone's
Mhm.
time is, Mountain Standard
Noon
Time.
for us. I don't follow the rest of the world in
It
time
could be
frames that
different.
well, so it's noon for us. And so that's when she'll be coming out. And she looks fun.
She has some good
Uh,
potential.
she looks crazy. She looks crazy strong.
That's putting it lightly.
crazy, yeah. She looks crazy strong. I'm excited for the new season. Some of the skins I'm very excited for. My girl Anran is getting a new skin as well, and it looks really
Oh
good.
yeah,
Widowmaker's getting a new skin as well.
she is.
The battle pass is whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit, blah, 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 blah. It's a fairy, like a fairy fantasy one.
It's gonna be so
Um,
cool.
so and then getting past that, since we're running lower on time, My other sweet treat of the other two sweet treats of the week is getting to the Overwatch's competitor, Marvel Rivals,
Mm-hmm.
and the season 7.5 update is coming out on Friday for us,
Yeah.
which is going to be about it's early morning for us because Marvel Rivals always updates pretty quickly. Further updates early in the day, which I really love. I love that more than Overwatch's ones that
Yeah.
make me goddamn wait.
Fucking later in the
Uh,
day bullshit.
And so, season 7.5 will introduce the new character Black Cat. And goddamn, bro, I am excited.
Looks
I've been a
fucking
Black Cat
sick.
fan for a long time. She's going to be finally playable in a video game that actually isn't just like a short duration. Uh,
To get to
Black Cat
use
is
her.
fine as hell, bro. She's either going to be. We don't know what her role is, but it seems like she'll be a DPS, but we'll see. We'll get more details on Friday.
Yeah.
Uh,
I wonder if she'll be like a combo like Deadpool was when he first came out.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't believe so. I think Deadpool is one of the only characters that could. They could possibly do it for future characters, but I think it was just like I
Deadpool's
think
pretty
she'll.
fun though. Like
Yeah, she.
he's
It
pretty
seems
fun.
like she'll be a DPS
Yeah.
based off of most of the like spoilers and stuff I've seen.
Mm.
Um,
I've seen a
and
few,
then
but just not as much.
my last sweet treat of the of this is Magic the Gathering Secrets of the Strixhaven set is coming out
Mm.
also on Friday, so I have very limited time for both events. So I gotta like from the time I get off of work, it's just go, go, go for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Uh, and I want to call out so I don't have to go into work, so I can just keep engaging with all of this stuff. But that'd be dumb, even though I'd want to.
Hmm.
Um,
Valid though. Completely valid.
so I'm excited for that. Anyway, that's all my sweet treat news. What's yours?
Hell yeah. So, um, it's been a kind of an interesting week. I've had kind of a few big, like nothing that really kind of sticks out. I guess my sweet treat. I've been home a lot more. Um, due to a few different factors, and I'll get into that onto the next segment. But being home a lot more, being around my kiddos a lot more, which has been super nice. Giving my wife that has been holding it down for so long way more help. Um, which it feels really good because she deserves the world and needs a break. She's been pushing hard for a very long time. Not only with our two kids, but we also have three dogs, and it can be a lot. And then just being home, sometimes you can get a little stir crazy from time to time, which is completely valid. Um, so I guess my sweet treat is definitely like, yeah, I'm home. I can work one job and be here, and I guess the other thing too is like I have energy again. Like it's not like I didn't have energy prior because I had to push through a few things, but like now having the energy to be home, I can get a lot more stuff done here.
More
Um,
free
more
time to
free
do stuff, whether
time.
it be spending with family or just doing things in general.
Yeah, and it is one hell of a blessing. So that is my personal sweet treat of the week. It's been completely fantastic that way. So um, if we don't have anything more for this segment, I will roll the clip for the next one. Roll that clip, DJ. Sour turn. So,
Sour turd.
so this week's sour turd, I have an actual banger. So I will go first on this one here. This is probably the last time I will talk about it because my poor wife has had to hear this all the time. But I got into a wreck this week. I got T-boned while I was out and about. I didn't cause the wreck, so that's really nice. I was doing what I needed to, but yeah, I got T-boned on Wednesday of this week, and we're recording this on Monday, so it was just last week. Might be a total loss of my car on that. Thank you, sweetie. Boy, excuse me. So yeah, that's really sucked. I put a lot, and like I said, my poor wife has had to hear this 1,000 times, but like I put a lot into that car. I loved that car. It was kind of everything. Me and DZ, are like him and I, we took a trip in it. It's a great time. On that, we went to
Went down to
Cali.
Cali for a weekend. It was dope.
It was dope. With that freaking, we walked. We were on Newport Beach out there, and
Mm,
that was fun. You remember? Because I still have the pictures and stuff. But
I didn't wear sunscreen and I regretted it.
yes, and so did I. I was a peachy red on the way back home. That was a fun one on that. But yeah, so going back and forth. Like, luckily the other person was super cordial, very nice about it. They've cooperated this entire time, so not having to you know pursue any crazy legal action or anything like that. Like, we have a rental car now, so that's been nice. We have a 2025 Nissan Sentra as our rental, so that's been fun. Like I said, we took out a little drive in it earlier tonight. Um, so like I said, things are progressing. Like, my back was hurting for a little bit there, and what sucks too is the job that I do is very physical. You're lifting a lot of things for a certain amount of time, and you really can't stop. You gotta kind of keep things going, or people
I mean,
might
if
get
you
mad.
let them know, they are forced to give you
Oh yeah.
some leeway.
Oh, they have. And I just, I don't want to slow my team down on things, and that's just on me. Like, that's on my own call.
But
But
you just gotta, you have to take time to rest, man. Like it,
yeah.
even if you don't want to, you still have to like. You can't go as crazy as you were. You just
Oh
give
yeah.
yourself the time to rest so that when you can go balls to the walls, you at least won't
I
hurt
can do
yourself.
it.
Mm.
Which is good. Like, I will be able to actually do it. I've haven't had to go super slow. Like, I've taken kind of like a setback a little bit to not lose my mind and ruin my back. But you know what? Also, I have another sour turd. The allergies this year, because I'm prone to allergies. They suck. Have been very shitty. My poor kids have had to deal with it. My wife has had to deal with it, which usually doesn't affect her as much. But damn, it's fucking affected. So that's my sour turds of the week. My wreck and then
I,
allergies.
I don't know. I couldn't relate. My allergies don't bother me ever really.
Yeah, he's lucky, man. He's a lucky dude right there. Daisy
Uh,
TMK is a lucky buck.
imagine having allergies. That's crazy.
Ah, fuck you. This guy.
uh,
So, I
uh,
mean, other than that, like I said, that's my sour turd of the week. What about you, Geezy?
um, it's been a pretty good week for me overall, really. If I had to guess my sour turd, um, our our faucet handles in our bathtub, just like I was taking a shower the other day, and as I was turning off the water as I was finishing up, the left hand tile or
The hot
uh,
one?
the hot water handle, as I was turning it off, the pipe started shaking. So that was like crazy for a moment, and then we are like, "Oh shit! Please don't break. We don't need another big incident."
Nothing like that.
uh,
Oh man.
it turns out it's just that the handles are old, so it's a little bad.
Yeah.
We've already talked with our landlord, and so we're gonna have them, if not to this, which is now the new day, if not today or sometime this week, they're gonna have a handyman come out and replace all three of our handles just because it's old and they
Yeah.
haven't been replaced in years. So luckily we don't have to pay for that, which is pretty nice. Most apartment places, like if you need something fixed, they're like, hey, either you need to fix it or we'll fix it, but in like 10 years or whatever, or you have to pay for it.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
dude, I hate that shit.
luckily, luckily that doesn't happen here. Our apartment that we found is actually one of the opposite scenarios. They're always willing to help. They're always looking out for us, which is really nice.
It's
Um,
once in a blue moon. I mean,
like
sheesh.
we've had other problems and they've taken care of it, and we didn't have to. It didn't come out of our pocket. They didn't charge us more rent. They didn't do anything. They just took care of it, and I we've stuck here for years, and it's been awesome. Uh,
Which is so great.
we definitely lucked out in finding a good apartment complex, especially owners.
So yeah, no,
Um,
seriously. You don't find that very often. And when you
mm-mm.
do, got keep on that. And same thing here, like where we run from, it's I've been here personally for about 5 years, and they've been pretty nice on everything, like really on top of certain things. Sometimes being a little dork about certain things, because when you work in certain industries and you just kind of know, you're like, okay, that's a landlord special. But then like, if you fix it yourself, they pay you for your time, and everything like that, which they have done for me
Mhm.
personally. So like, I completely feel that. I understand that one.
Yeah, so it's other than the faucet thing, the week has been pretty relaxed. Other than yesterday, I guess now for me, I mean, I was trying to play games and people life kept interrupting. I was like,
That's a great
why
one.
now? Anybody who's played MOBAs like predecessor Smite, uh, League of Legends, you know the pain that I went through where I was mid match, I'm dominating my lane, and somebody knocks on the door or interrupts, and then I have to stop what I'm doing because it requires my attention for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, why? Why couldn't you bother me
Why
when I
couldn't you
was
see
in
later?
between matches? It's like a 5 minute queue in between matches sometimes. And so just ah it happened. What? It wouldn't have been so bad if it was one time today, but the fact that it happened twice makes that's what like irks me.
Jeez.
And so also people. One last part of the tangent before I leave it. Uh, if you're playing one of those games and the match is just tremendously out of your favor, and your team votes to surrender, don't fight back. Don't say no. If your team is really losing, you just like
And you're gonna lose the game.
and
Just
and
leave.
most of your team agrees right away. Please, for the love of God, just say yes. It may
You ain't
suck.
winning the match. I
Take
can
your
tell you that.
take your post experience like for your time playing whatever character level experience you get. Move on to the next match and enjoy the next match. Don't just fucking deny the surrender or just like not vote at all. Fucking just
Seriously.
give your team because your team wants to take a break and they want to enjoy the night. So please just help them out also. Maybe you don't have to always do it, but just like if your team says please, please just
Just do it.
help surrender. Just
You'll
move on
save
to the
yourself
next match
time.
and move on.
You'll save yourself time, anguish, and you know,
Hmm.
it's just the other team, especially like if they know that you're at a point, obviously everyone can distinguish that pretty quickly. It's just like, hey, this match ain't going that well. Like, how about we just surrender, just get our suffering done with.
And especially for the love of God, you motherfucking people who don't fucking say yes to surrendering when they're when your teammates has permanently left the match. The fact that you say no, I hope your pillow is hot. I hope your pillow is hot
I
because
hope
you
you step
decide
on a
to say
Lego.
no. Unless your team is absolutely dominating despite the one person leaving, if your team says surrender and you guys are just getting shit on and you say no, I hope your pillow's hot. I hope you stub one of your toes and it's like really inconvenient for like 5-10 seconds. Um,
It's so good. I love it,
I hope when you're taking a hot shower, it turns cold for like 5 seconds.
dude. Hot cold flushes.
That's what I hope. Anyway, yeah, that's my sour turds if I've had any this week.
Yeah, no,
Pretty relaxed
seriously.
otherwise.
You lucky duck. No, I'm just kidding. Other than, like I said, other than the wreck, like obviously scary situation, fix it up. Certain things happen. Car's gonna be totaled, sucks dick. But other than that, I survived. I'm glad I can still be here. All that stuff, but it was
Nobody
kind
got hurt,
of
which is the
nobody
main
got hurt.
thing.
Thank God. Other person
Not
involved as
really
well. I'm
hurt.
so
Like
glad
you
they were
might
okay
you
too.
a little bit of pain, but nothing life altering.
Yeah, I haven't slowed down. I haven't called out of work or anything like that. I can still play and do stuff with my kids. I can still do what I need to do. Like
You're not paralyzed from the neck down, or
yeah,
your
it could have
life
been way
unfortunately ended,
worse.
or something else like which could have been drastically worse.
Yeah, because we still
So
want to do this for you guys. Keep you updated
yeah,
on
so
everything. But
it's little blessing in disguise in that really shitty
oh,
scenario. It could have been worse. So take the win.
before we end this and talk about other stuff real quick, little space update, just a small thing. Artemis returned home. It's great. They're going to be releasing all the
Mhm.
photos and everything very soon. The pictures that were released so far,
A lady
you
with
know,
their dog
oh my gosh, so freaking
returning.
cool.
Did you see that?
Hmm.
That the video of the dog just wagging its tail and going super crazy, seeing its owner.
Dude, so freaking cool. So
Right.
I know not to go too far, but they return home. Artemis 2, NASA, Canada as well, involved into the Artemis 2 mission. You know, planning. There were some setbacks, all this and that. We did great. First time being back around the moon in 56 years. That's insane to even think about.
Was it? Well, I don't know if this is true. I heard somebody mention it. I had to fact check this, so don't take me at my word for those who are listening. But if it is true, was that the first woman to be on the moon
Yes,
to
it
come
was.
back to Earth?
Yes, it was. Yeah, first woman
So
ever
that
to go to the moon and come back, and it was the first. I think it should have been the first attempt as well. So no one died, thank God. But
that's a pretty big step that I don't think many people are talking about. Just want to
yes,
give it a little bit of
and
spotlight.
to one of the other guys, the first Black American. Oh no, I think is he Canadian? One of the crew is Canadian. It might be him. But the first African American also in space as well. Congratulations to the crew for that. That's
Mhm.
fantastic and super cool. We're setting records. We're setting history's being made on this. Honestly, that's another huge. If I were to bring back the sweet treat, amazing, because that also happened this week as well. So congratulations to the Artemis 2 crew and everyone involved who did that. It's not an easy feat. Space is a very very scary frontier. Anything could have gone wrong, and other than the space toilet itself, the $23 million toilet that was on Orion.
Not functioned.
God, it's the one fucking thing. Congrats!
Uh,
Like that's a huge thing as well. And then, um, first and foremost, we want to thank our beautiful audience that has, just ever since episode 1. We're now in episode 5. We've been doing this consistently for I know a whole month now, which is
mhm.
crazy and it's really really cool. Um, so we just me and DZ from the bottom of our hearts and everyone here, it's just us two with the unstable crew. But thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank
allowing us to do this and coming back for more content. Well, obviously we're gonna have more and more stuff coming your guys' way, and we've talked about a few things, but there's no end vision on this. It's just going to be an ever growing, ever evolving type experience that we're trying to bring and do this. Like we have there's a lot of podcasts out there that have you know this episode, this, that, and they're good at what they do and they have it, which is great and that's awesome for them. But we want to be a podcast that is ever changing and ever evolving with stuff. Um, so we just thank you to everybody, and we appreciate you. So, um,
thank you again.
but to give
Uh,
a big shout out to, like I said, we're ending this. Thank you, Raid, for Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you so much for sponsoring another one of our videos. We appreciate you. We'll leave the link down below, and to our please sponsor us part as well.
future
Mountain
home,
Dew, please,
future sponsor. Mountain
please,
Dew,
please,
please.
please. We appreciate you. Everybody, please comment if you guys, especially got this far. Comment Mountain Dew. Comment your favorite moment in the podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Please. It
Hit that
helps.
notification bell if you want to keep
And,
up with us.
and also, share it with your friends. Please. If you feel like they would like this type of content, please refer. Like, we'd love to see more people and, kind of get this content. Like, we're excited to do this. It's a lot of fun to do. We take the time and we enjoy doing this. Like we enjoy taking the time to do this for you guys. So, do you have any final thoughts there, DZ?
You said vastly the most of it. We've already uh, talked about the vast majority of things. I just want to give a small shout out to anybody who is new to the podcast. If this is your
Yeah,
first episode, welcome. Hopefully, you enjoyed what today's episode. It was a little shorter than what we intended, but just due to live things. But we hopefully this was a good first episode for you. And if you really liked our content, feel free to
yes,
check out
sir.
the other videos, and we'll definitely try and get out more videos at least once a week. We're
That's the
working
minimum we
towards
try to do.
two in the future,
Yeah,
but just gotta get a couple things settled first.
yeah,
So
we're getting there,
again,
guys.
if this is your first episode, just welcome and thank you and welcome to the journey.
So, well, I think that is it for this one. Thank you guys again for coming in. It is the Unstable Crew featuring your boy Dranchilada 193 and your boy.
DZTDK, aka the Duke King. Mountain Dew, one more sponsor. I know this is gonna get an old bit for some people, but please bear with us. We Mountain Dew's our lifeline. So,
It's the lifeblood of our podcast here. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. Please tune in next week for episode 6. We have a little something something for next week. It's going to be an interesting one for sure, to say the least.
and if you guys do want us to continue this particular tier list, drop a
Yeah,
comment
please
down
mention.
below for a
Please
part
mention.
two, and we will continue it.
So, but before we do end anything, just to kind of give a recap of it 10 out of 10, we have Ed and Eddie, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, all the Ben 10s, of course, in the three piece. We won't mention that one. 9 out of 10, we got Johnny Bravo. 8 out of 10, I Am Weasel. 7 out of 10, Cow and Chicken. And then we won't mention the other ones down there because we just don't know. And then, it will remain unmentioned for this time. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, thank you guys again. We are tuning out, signing off. We'll see you in the next one. Bye,
Deuces.
guys.